is Victor Robinson, and I'm from Washington, D.C., Region 7. And accessibility at my place in D.C. is a little poor. The pole that I go to is not too accessible. I say that the pole that I go to is not accessible because if they have a police department that has an accessible door for a person in a wheelchair and for a person who uses crutches or a walker, why do they have to go upstairs, and why don't they have a ramp up front in the main doorway? They had to go through the front doors of these poles, and they could not even get through the doors. When the person was trying to get through the door in the wheelchair, they could not even get through it because the door was too small, or they couldn't even fit through the door because they said that the chair was too big, or the person would have to get out their chair to go to the machine. And that was a very poor rating on their side.
My name is Cheri Griffith, and I'm from Gilbert, Arizona. When I voted in the last election, they didn't know how to use the touchscreen and told me that I wouldn't be able to vote by myself and that somebody would have to help me, and they were looking over my shoulder and trying to see who I was voting for. So I filed a complaint with the Arizona Center for Disability Law.
My name is Varian, and I'm from Wyoming, Connecticut. Where I live, accessibility is pretty good. They have it at the Elks Club, and it's good there. And they vote at the schools, and the accessibility is good there too.
Hello, my name is Hurse from Kansas City, Missouri. My voting precinct is very accessible because it's my own middle school, and it's like really accessible. They got handicap doors and everything, and they rebuilt portions of it, so it's really handicap accessible. I don't have a problem with the handicap accessible part.
This is Jay Deshevsky. I am from Phoenix, Arizona, and then I moved to Scottsdale, Arizona. As I said earlier, I moved when I was 23, while I was in college. So I did more voting from home after I had moved. I went to my polling place that's near my current house. It's a school. It is very accessible. The polling place by my old house, there was a church and there was a school, and one of the schools is actually where I attended elementary school, and that was after the Rehab Act of 1973 too, and also a bit after the ADA of 1990. But both the church and the schools, they were accessible. Everything was accessible, and yes, that's it.
Hi, my name is Cheri Mitchell, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. What is accessibility like where I go to vote? Actually, the city of Atlanta is very accessible. The hardest part is dealing with the elevator, because a lot of people go, to vote, and so you have to, wait on an elevator. But it's very accessible in Atlanta. But I do know, working with advocates around my state, that there has been issues of polls not being accessible enough. And so, but the great thing is once you bring that to the attention of the people in the registrar's office for the county, because in Georgia it's a county by county thing, they get on it and they fix it. Very rarely have we had to, get a lawyer involved. Usually all you gotta do is just bring it to the attention of the Secretary of State and it gets sorted out. But somebody's got to take the time to make that phone call. So it's important to get involved.
My name is Nathaniel. I am from Waseca, Minnesota. And the place where I vote is at a church. It is my polling place. And yes, it's easy for people to vote. And yes, the people there are nice to us to help each other, even for people with disabilities too as well. But the sad thing is that where the poles are, people that are in a wheelchair can't get to the poles. And it'd be hard for them to see what to write or to vote on. So they need more help. And also I think that people that can't read should ask for help and stand up for themselves.
My name is Rob Webb. I'm from Virginia, People First Virginia Beach. I'm the president. And I think with the, like you said, the voting thing I think is real good because I think a lot of people now, they know they're accessible for handicap parking and the ramps, and they can get to them and into school. They go right through the cafeteria and then go right into the door and vote. That's a lot easier than what it used to be. Now I know the school board has and did a lot of changes within the schools, making a lot more with the ADA law, what it has is that to make it back things of worldwide for wheelchair and people who could get through them. I think it's a lot better.
My name is Samuel Jenkins, and I'm from Elizabeth, New Jersey. And the voting accessibility where I vote at is very reasonable for people with disabilities, and people can get in and out. And if they need assistance, there's someone to assist the people with developmental disabilities.
My name is Grant Nash, and I'm from Evanston, Wyoming. And where I vote, it has been at schools mostly, and by law, the schools have to be accessible. At least these days, I think where I voted, the schools have been outdated. The schools do have ramps and things like that, because they're mandated to have ramps.
I am Gail Gardner, and I don't have to worry about that because we can vote at our home, and I have someone who helps me, but I get to choose who I want and what I want. And so, but I do remember years ago that I went to a polling place, and the people at the time, I didn't realize that people weren't able to help you. And I just learned that that is not a thing they can help you with. So I had to do it by myself, and it was a little hard. But now I feel more comfortable, and I can just do it with ease.